Was JFK more British than he was Irish? An Irish ambassador thought so. I believe he's correct, yes. America's most famous Irish son loved all things English, but isn't it his roots that matter? Yeah, I mean I don't think it really, I mean it matters, but he definitely aligned with everything English. So this author who wrote Union Jack, his name is Christopher Sanford, reminds us of Kennedy's pronounced love of all things English. In the book, Sanford quotes Thomas Kiernan, Ireland's ambassador to the United States during Kennedy's years at the White House. He said JFK was more British than Irish. Kennedy's first reaction, if there were any even minor disputes between Britain and Ireland, is he would always side with Britain. And, then it also goes on to talk about how it seems a jarring contrast to read such an admission about a man who wore his Irish roots so proudly. But it seems in every area, though, he ended up outing himself because, such as he said that one of his favorite books, or what was his number one favorite book, was a book by David Cecil, The Young Melbourne. And that was published in 1939, and it's all about the biography of an English politician. Kennedy's 20th century hero is said to have been Winston Churchill, even though his own father, diplomat Joe Kennedy, and the English hero did not see eye to eye. Kennedy took a great lesson from the failure of the 1930s appeasement policy with Hitler. Yeah, and Joe Kennedy most especially, often the Kennedys have been, one of the complaints some people have made is that they were Nazi sympathizers. JFK briefly attended the London School of Economics in 1935, where he became enamored with the English way of life. He had experienced lively political discussions, eccentric characters. He visited country houses, attended parties with champagne, gossip, free spirits, and English women. What do you know? Good old Kennedy. One of England's richest and most influential aristocratic families, the Cavendish, became one of his favorites. Kennedy's sister, Kathleen, eventually married into the family. In fact, Andrew Cavendish and his wife, Deborah Mitford, were guests at JFK's inauguration. What do you know? Probably one of Kennedy's closest friendships was with David Ormsby Gore, who met in 1938. Vice President Lyndon Johnson referred to Ormsby Gore as the Limey. Sanford describes his meetings with Ormsby Gore taking place in the midst of an academically glittering, if debauched, undergraduate career at Oxford. The pair were friends right up until Kennedy's death. His love for all things English was what Kennedy, everything from his personal to his political life. But then, of course, he went to Ireland and acted like that those roots mattered. But it all makes sense, really, because, it's why Jackie O started referring to him after his death as Camelot, because that goes back to Wales and England and all that, frilly, fake, phony stuff. That, like, we're so special and we're so important kind of stuff. And see, since we kicked Britain's ass, we kicked the British Empire's ass, we just dragged their asses all over this country because of our guerrilla tactics. Yeah, that's what we did. And they're just known for being obsessed with overtaking every country in some way. So they figured, well, we can't militarily take them. They couldn't then, they can't now. Would never happen. But they figured we're going to undermine them, so we're going to get Kennedy in. That's what they did, and Kennedy was fine with doing that. That's the reason why we have this. The amount of buildings, parks, bridges, volcanoes, mountains, bridges, most especially universities and education systems, and all of the massive idols of JFK everywhere in America, well, is because it was the best way for British to make us look like them, to turn our identity into being like the British royals. Ew, no. But it's so tacky, it's worse than just this. I mean, JFK is featured as an idol all over the world. It screams British Empire. I mean, because they're the ones that go conquering everything in the world. Well, they rip all over Americans because, oh, we don't have taste in their class. Yeah, but we do have big mouths. And since we say it straight and you think that that's so tacky, at least it shows we're more honest than you, doesn't it? I think so. I mean, I in a 10-minute video to just show you everything named after Kennedy in America alone, but everywhere in the world would be, it would be, well, first of all, it would be nauseating for people because it's so tacky. But you get this tackiness from this tackiness. Yeah, that's how you know who Kennedy was. Yeah, didn't somebody say I didn't follow Q? I know I always mention that because I didn't. But I think it was something a Q had mentioned, was that symbolism will be their downfall. Yeah, I think symbolism will definitely be their downfall. But for you people out there that claim that you're Q followers, and I don't know who if you are or you're not, but just recently I've had a couple of, well, very subtle threats made against me, such as yesterday somebody saying that they could see my IP address, and that that Q said that the end won't be for everyone. Well, that's for sure. I mean, if you worship Q, then, and I worship God, okay? I worship the biblical God most especially. So yeah, definitely the end won't be for everyone. But if you think you're going to intimidate me and shut me up, we'll try again. All of this, see, everything. This is what the royals do. Everything named after them. If this is not what America does, but because of Kennedy, they wanted to twist America's identity so it would mirror the British Empire. Yeah, look, Canada, look at all this. And again, I'm not even showing you half of it. It's too ridiculous. It's tacky. Talk about tacky. I mean, there's, to have class, you need to sometimes, at least make an attempt to be humble, but not fake humbleness. Yeah, this is not humble at all. And so this idolizing of Kennedy all over the world and all over America was all designed to put Kennedy in as a plant. It's really low class, in my opinion. And also, it goes, the Commonwealth, well, that goes back to the British Empire stuff too. So really, we need to stop calling. Didn't Trump say at rallies, and now I understand why he was saying it, that, oh, you have to call Pennsylvania the Commonwealth. Yeah, no, we should maybe get rid of that. Well, it's in our history, so it is what it is. But you know what? We need to get rid of our identity when we beat Britain's ass. Yeah, beat them to a bloody pulp. When we beat the holy hell out of them, we took on our identity then. And that identity is Americans. Yeah, call us Yankees, call us whatever you really want. But don't call us the British Empire because, well, then that's really a low blow. I mean, I know that they all think that they're so special and grandiose and they're so, and they're, all their fashion and their crowns and their jewels and their castles and they're just such assholes. I'm an American, I just say it like it is, so that's what America does. We'll beat your ass and then we'll just tell it to you like it is, yeah. It's what I love about being an American. It's just, it's the best blood you could be, and it's not even about being the blood, really. You just become it once you become a citizen of America. Well, for some anyway, that truly want to be the American citizen of America.